Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But let me ask you, how often do you hand that power away? A careless word, an impulsive reaction, a storm of thoughts that drag you everywhere except where you want to be. In a world full of noise, the man who masters himself is rare, but you can be one of them. 1. The enemy within. Most men think their biggest battles are out there: competition, money, relationships. But the toughest war is inside. The Stoics knew this. We suffer more in imagination than in reality, Seneca warned. Ever notice how one small thought can hijack your whole day? I'm not good enough. What if I fail? They'll never respect me. Like smoke filling a room, these thoughts cloud your judgment until you're choking on illusions. But here's the truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who chooses whether to feed them or let them fade. Think of your mind like a busy harbor. Ships come in carrying fear, anger, or regret. But you don't have to board them. You can let them dock, then sail away. That distance, that awareness is your first step to unshakable strength. 2. The discipline of silence. In today's world, silence feels unnatural. We fill every pause with chatter, posts, or arguments, but silence is power. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The more the soul is self-sufficient, the less it needs to justify itself." Translation: the man who knows who he is doesn't need to broadcast it. I once worked with a leader who rarely spoke in meetings. While others scrambled to sound clever, he just listened, and when he finally spoke, the whole room stopped. Not because his words were loud, but because they were rare and therefore weighty. That's what silence does. It trims away the unnecessary, it forces clarity, and in a noisy world, restraint itself becomes unforgettable. 3. Control the controllable. Picture a captain in a storm. He doesn't control the waves or the wind, but he controls the rudder, the sails, and the decision to keep sailing. That's Stoicism in action. Epictetus split life into 2 categories: what's in our control and what isn't. Confuse the two, and you drown in frustration. I knew a man who lost everything in business. For months he obsessed over what went wrong, blaming others, replaying mistakes. But the day he sat down and wrote 2 lists, what I can't control and what I can, everything shifted. He couldn't change the past, but he could control his discipline, his mindset, his next step. From that point, he rebuilt not just his work, but his peace of mind. Strength isn't about never falling. It's about grabbing the helm again and again, no matter how rough the sea. 4. Choosing growth over guilt. Some men live chained to memories. A mistake, a betrayal, a loss. They replay it endlessly, watering the weeds of guilt and resentment. But Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, the present is all we have. Live it well. Your attention is like sunlight. Whatever you shine it on grows. If you shine it on the past, regret grows. If you shine it on today's task, discipline grows. One man told me, "Every time I move forward, my mind drags me back to the same wound." I told him, "Don't fight the thought. Acknowledge it. Then redirect your light. Ask, what action today moves me forward?" Even a small step, reading, training, building, plants seeds of strength. Over time, they outgrow the weeds. 5. The courage of acceptance. Life will not always deal you the hand you want. People will fail you, plans will collapse, and if you cling to how it should have been, you break. Acceptance is not weakness, it's refusing to wrestle with what's already done. Epictetus put it bluntly, do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens be the way it happens, and you will find peace. One man I knew spent years chasing his father's approval. He never got it. When his father passed, the regret nearly crushed him, until he realized the freedom in letting go. He stopped living for permission, and for the first time, he began living for himself. That's the quiet liberation Stoicism offers. So remember, real strength doesn't come from lifting heavier weights or shouting louder than the rest. It comes from mastering what's within. watching your thoughts without being ruled by them, speaking less so your words have more weight, controlling what you can and releasing what you can't, focusing on growth, not guilt, accepting reality without surrendering your will. Every day, you have a choice to scatter yourself in noise or to stand rooted in silence and clarity. That's the kind of man who can't be shaken. If this spoke to you, drop in the comments. Where do you need more silence, and what are you choosing to let go of? Your story might be the spark another man needs today. And if you want to keep building this quiet strength together, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell, because this journey has only just begun.